Hello everybody, guess where I am? The new downtown Dahlonega D2L Studios, and I am reviewing Jennifer's final submission, her Article 3, for you today on a piece-by-piece, blow-by-blow format. And I hope you enjoy this. It's really, really good.
Hey guys, this is Jennifer, just doing my last video of the semester. Hope you guys enjoy it. I did mine on gender influence on student performance in the social science. This is my introduction. Of course, girls and boys are equal. The relationship between gender and academic performance remains a controversial issue. Some scholars believe that male students perform better than females in the social sciences, while diverse evidence-based studies present different findings. A research gap therefore exists via the possibility of gender influencing students' performance in the social sciences. This study aims to assess the validity of the hypothesis that academic excellence of social science students is largely influenced by their gender.
So what do we have here? We have a dependent variable, academic achievement, and we have an independent variable of gender. Outstanding. Black and white, clear as a bright line. Beautiful.
Population versus sample group. Study population and sample group. The population consists of students who are majority in the social sciences at Harvard University. Simple random sampling. Randomly selected 30 males and 30 females social science majors from the same year. 60 participants in all from the same academic level. The test involves the collection of performance data for the participating students for a period of 3 years. The study compares the mean grades attained by the participants, and that's the 60 participants in total, 30 male, 30 female. This is the hypothesis. Hypothesis 1. Gender has a significant influence on the performance of students in social sciences. HO1. There is no notable relationship between gender and the performance of students in the social sciences.
Okay, the HO, of course, that's the null hypothesis. And so the hypothesis is that one gender is going to outperform the other. This is a two-tailed test. If it was saying that males are going to outperform females, or vice versa, females are going to outperform males, it would be a one-tailed test. But since we're not specifying the direction of the achievement, but rather just that there is a difference, that's why this becomes a two-tailed test.
Hypothesis 2. The mean score of male students in the social sciences is lower than that of female students. H02, the mean score of male students in the social sciences is higher than that of female student.
Okay, now actually this test is a one-tailed test. So the second hypothesis gives us a one-tailed hypothesis, but the hypothesis is stated a little bit differentially in both the hypothesis and the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis technically should be here. There is no statistically that males are not higher than females or not lower than females. So that's just how they would do that.
Study design. Collection of data for male and female students, finding the mean of each student. Find the mean of the sum of male and female students means to determine which one is higher out of those 60 participants. First, perform data for the male and female students in the chosen sample must be gathered. The total scores obtained by each student are tabulated and their overall mean score is determined. The mean scores obtained by individual students of each gender are added together. Finally, an overall mean is calculated from the total score collectively obtained by the male students. This step is then repeated with the female students.
I kind of misspoke a minute ago. What I meant to say was the the null hypothesis should be in that second theory, that second hypothesis is that males are lower than females, and then the null hypothesis would be there is not a statistically significant difference in the mean score of males and females.
Hypothesis is tested. Two-tailed test. Based on the characteristics of the sample, hypothesis testing is conducted using an independent t-test. This is because the data features absolute mean scores of male and female students. The nature of the population calls for a two-tailed test. The effect of gender upon performance in the social sciences can be either positive or negative. This is the graph. Justification of a two-tailed test. The test is two-tailed since we have to test the relationship between gender and performance in both directions. The relationship should flow in either direction depending on the nature of the effort. Thus, the test needs to be conducted in both directions since the effort of gender on performance could go either way. The study is comparative as it assesses differences in performance across gender.
Yes, and the reason that it's a two-tailed test is because 2.5% of the total 100% comes from the bottom of the normal curve, which is down here, and that is mirrored by the 2.5% that's on the top. And when we say there is not a statistically significant difference between males and females, what we're saying is that males could be higher than females, females could be higher than males. So it's non-directional, at least the first hypothesis was that way. Otherwise, it would be a one-tailed test where we were saying males outperform females or vice versa.
1/2 p minus value, 1/2 p minus volume, and then you get u.
And then mu, that's the beginning, that's the Greek letter mu is the u, that's the population mean. And if the males exceed the females and any one of those means falls in this area here or this here, that means there is a statistically significant difference, and therefore gender has a statistically significant effect at the 0.05 level, 2.5% in the bottom, 2.5% in the top.
The results of the study are expected to be comparably significant on both sides of the normal distribution curve. That's the graph you see on the right. Justifying for t-test. The same comparisons of around 30 participants of each gender, a fairly large number. The sample contains an equal number of males and females. The two means are independent of each other. The data is normally distributed and protected against bias as a result of the simple random sampling procedure. One of the core assumptions of the t-test method is that a simple random sample is used. The primary aim is to compare the mean scores obtained by male and female students in social sciences. These are my references. These are what I found.
Well, it's interesting. However, it doesn't tell us what the results of the test were, but that doesn't detract from the fact that Jennifer did outstanding presentations this semester, and I thank you, Jennifer, for that beautiful, excellent presentation.